It is October 7th, 2019. This middle section has had a garden in it for 1 year and 3 months. So it's exciting because this stuff is finally starting to look good. It's finally cooling down. See the plumbagos here? I want to double the amount of plumbagos next year. I've got a lot of them pinned down, trying to double them. You obviously see the Mexican bush sage. I really wanted to make a splash with this right up here. You can kind of see the little semicircle of it right up here, and it borders some red flowers, so really set it off. So it borders the Salvia Gregii, which I think I'm gonna have to move. I don't think these guys are getting enough sun over here, and I think I'm just gonna have to move them. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I need full sun for these guys if I really want them to bloom. Some Duranta over here, starting to look pretty good. I like the Duranta with the new gold lantana right next to each other. That's a good look. And you know, the Duranta with the Mexican bush sage and the red of the Salvia Gregii looks great. Hummingbirds galore over here. I think I just chased one to the back of the Duranta actually. Oh, there's one over there. I don't know if you can see them. They're fast. This just in. Flame acanthus right here. That's for those hummingbirds. I got 11 of them planted. These are all from my garden. All cuttings I took. And yeah, pretty excited to get these guys started. Hummingbirds love them. Black and blue sage over here. Did a little bit of weeding there on the ground. Some black and blue sage. I planted a whole bunch of black and blue sages here, and for some reason, only some of them are working. The ones at each end didn't do very well, so I don't know why that is, but we want to have a whole bunch more here. I want to have a whole bunch more here. Tropical sage is killing it. This stuff is doing so well. I cannot believe it. I planted probably 12 of them here. It's taken over. That's just good. I'm fine with that. I like the red flowers. They attract a lot of carpenter bees. There's carpenter bee over there. There's honeybee over there. Hummingbirds earlier. So great stuff. I love this tropical sage. This is a black walnut tree, oddly enough. You don't see many of these in Texas, but this is a black walnut tree. This one is old. Here we have a firecracker fern, which is not exactly in bloom right now. They like more sun, more heat. But again, it's only its first year. So it's been here for just over a year, and I think there's 7 plants here now. I started with 4, and then I pinned down a bunch of branches. So I think there's about 7 of them here. And they add a nice little texture. Different, definitely different from all of the other textures here. You see the big old sago palm in the middle. This sago is like 50 years old, I think. And then the plumbago, you can kind of see how some of them are pinned down over here. There's little arms that are pinned down, trying to grow the next generation. So yeah, this front little section's coming along nicely. A little bit of work to be done in here. Still, I mean, you can still see ground, right? So obviously it's not done. This is going to be the path eventually, the path so I can come in here and work. And this will be one path border, and then the flame acanthus will be another path border. So it's coming. It's coming. Over here we got sweet almond verbena, which is quite possibly my favorite scent in the plant world. I love that. If you haven't smelled one of those, you've got to. This is Cigar Plant. I planted 5 of them here, but they apparently like more shade than what I gave them. So Cigar Plant right here. They're doing pretty good. It's I've never grown one before. It's just a hummingbird experiment to see if they like it. I have not seen any hummingbirds on this plant yet, but I also needed a border for the Greg's Mistflower because this stuff will get out of control. I've got 15 Greg's Mistflowers here. These are all first years. They're all cuttings from my garden. So, you know, this is a first year perennial. I can't wait to see what it looks like in 2 or 3 years. It's gonna look fantastic. There's some Esperanza there to the back. The Esperanza never bloomed. I was so disappointed with that. I can't even tell you. Look how big they are. That thing's huge. It's right up there. But it's still not blooming, so that's kind of frustrating. Over here we have Pride of Barbados, and the Pride of Barbados, I think there's 7 of them here. Really like them here this year. I'll probably add, I don't know, 4 or 5 more just to give a little bit more pop. But yeah, so we're going to have Pride of Barbados and Esperanza. That'll be a very good look together. Sweet Almond Verbena, which I'm hoping to run a whole bunch of them up the side here just so we get a nice scent coming through. And that is the first year. Actually, this garden is not even a year old. I planted this garden in May. So it's not even a year old, looking pretty good. It's our first fall though. Yeah, it's coming right along. Things are going to change back here next year for sure. Right back here, things are going to change quite a bit. We're going to put a Celeste fig right here, right behind this little stand of shrubs. The Celeste fig gets about 20 to 30 feet. So I'm really excited to put one in here. And not only are we going to take up a lot of room, but it's going to be a lot of good figs.